Have you ever stopped and just took a moment to look around your surroundings and bask in the ambience of nature to see what it has to offer? If you take a moment, you just might notice something new. There are different elements and meanings that nature carries, and you might be surprised. There are numbers that appear within nature, whether or not we choose to pay attention. But if you look close enough, you will notice something called Fibonacci numbers that occurs throughout nature. This is a connection of a numbering system within nature. It appears just about everywhere, from the symmetry on a leaf of a plant, or within the patterns seen in a flower, or perhaps the spiral patterns seen in pine cones. But Fibonacci numbers extend past plants. They appear from the sky above us to the cosmos. It is a built-in numbering system that is relative to everything that is a living being, and for that matter, the human race. Now let's take a look at what a Fibonacci sequence is in order to understand the meaning of it. A Fibonacci sequence is a set of numbers that begin with 1 or 0 and are followed by a 1 and proceed to move forward based on the rule that each Fibonacci number is equal to the sum of the preceding two numbers. So for instance, a Fibonacci number will consist of 0, 1, 3, 5, 8, 13, 34, 55, and so on, so forth. Each number is the sum of two numbers that precede that number. Now you may ask, why does this appear in nature? Let's pay attention to something we see every day, such as trees. The leaves on a tree don't intend to grow the way they do. They simply grow in the most effective way possible for their survival. The pattern in which the branches of a tree separate allow for optimum exposure to sunlight for their growth. This is where the golden ratio is applied to the Fibonacci sequence. The golden ratio can be described as a special number that is found by dividing a line into two parts. So the longer part of the line is divided by the smaller part, which also equals the whole length divided by the longer part. This equation is usually expressed using pi. An equation for this would look something like this, just to give you an idea. A divided by b equals a plus b divided by a equals 1.6180339888749, and well, you can guess the rest. So forth, so on, etc. Now let's take a look at how the Fibonacci sequence is linked with the golden ratio. It works something like this. Taking any two consecutive Fibonacci numbers, their ratio will be close to the golden ratio. So, for instance, the ratio of 3 to 5 is 1.666, but the ratio of 13 to 21 is 1.625, and going higher, the ratio of 144 to 233 is 1.618. All of these numbers are successive numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. Now, you may ask, why is this important? Why should I care? Well, let's put it this way. You don't have to care, but you do have to be aware that there are things within the universe that are out of our control. They're there whether or not we pay attention. There is a magic equation to the universe that nature holds. It is a key to understanding everything else. The Fibonacci sequence offers a series of numbers capable of unraveling the most complicated organic properties or deciphering the plot of the unknown in the universe.